On this episode, I'm going to be showing you 2 ways on how you can fix a leaking tub spout, so make sure you stay tuned. Hey there friends, welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell. So this is the old tub spout that we have. You can see it's corroded, even the set screws corroded. It's time to change it out with a brand new one. So all you gotta do is take out the caulking from around the neck, use a box knife, be very careful, and now you're gonna unscrew that set screw underneath and just easily pull this out. Now depending on what version you have, some of them you just twist and unscrew it, but this one is with the set screw and it's set onto this copper piping. You can see that there is a lot of corrosion in this copper pipe. Just use some emery cloth to take out all that corrosion, or you can use this special tool that I'll be using later on, which I'll show you, which is the easier route. But be very careful, this is a little thin piece of metal. So this is the other tool. Again, any tools I use in this video, I'll leave all the links on the description down below. Make sure you clean out the inside. And here is the universal tub spout replacement. It is using a set screw as well. And all you gotta do is screw it in, and it should tighten with that set screw, just like what you see there. So we gotta push it in. I'm using this scale screwdriver. You can change the torque on this. It's an awesome tool. I love it. Use it. Again, push the new universal tub spout and tighten the set screw. As you can see, it's still leaking. So if this fix doesn't work, then let's get to fix number 2, which is you have to replace the shower valve body. Now to get to the shower valve body, you have to take out this cover that's covering that. This was very stubborn screw. It was stripped out, so I have no choice but to cut it with my oscillating tool and use my channel lock pliers to get and pop that screw out so I can get that handle off and get this cover out. Now once I got the cover out, I had no choice but to cut around there to get access to the valve body. I had to go and cut around there to see what's actually going on. Now I didn't need to do this, but this was the only way. If this didn't work, then I had to cut the drywall from behind. So this is not necessary, but it was another way for me to check if it was the valve body that was wrong. You can see that this is the very old version of valve body. It's not even connected to any studs at the back. That's why it's just free floating and just wiggling all over. This is the new replacement valve body. Now I'm using some PEX half-inch. These are the fittings. We're going to be using a PEX B. So these are adapters, and I'm using plumber's Teflon tape. Now I'm going around 5 to 6 around each one, and to make it nice and so that I know that it's not gonna leak, I'm using this pipe thread sealant. This is pipe dope, another name for it, and I'm just applying it right around where I put the Teflon tape, and I'm just screwing now the adapters. Make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure it dries up before you install it, because you don't want any leaks later on. So again, I have no choice but to cut and go behind there to cut out the drywall. This is the extreme way to do it, but it has to be done. So I'm just using my oscillating tool to cut around where the drywall is. We are going to be creating a lot of mess. So if you're going through this route and you need a way to fix any type of drywall, I have a lot of drywall videos. Check out my playlist on how to fix and replace drywall. Okay, so now we have exposed the shower valve body at the back. You can see that there is a hot line and a cold line, and one going to the shower, one going to the tub spout. Before you cut anything, make sure you shut off the main water supply on your home. I'm using this copper pipe cutter, so this is pretty cool. It goes up the way to 2 inches, and it just cuts through like butter on this copper pipe. Now we got rid of the old shower valve assembly. We're gonna measure out how far distance we're gonna set the new. This is actually the stub out. It's copper stub out. There's different versions of this, PEX B version, and I'm just setting in place where that hole is so that when we put this new support, this 2x4, it will set nice and correctly. Now I'm using this PEX B cutter, and we're fitting it onto the hot and the cold side. So as we do that, we're gonna use the Pro crimp rings. I really like this Pro crimp rings because it doesn't have, it takes out the guesswork. It makes you stay away 1/8 inch away from the end, and you're just gonna crimp it down like that, easy. And we're gonna use the go and no go gauge. If it fits, that means you're good. If it doesn't fit, this is what it's gonna look like. If it doesn't fit, see how that fits? This one, if it doesn't fit, it won't fit like that. So that means you did not crimp it right. So now we're going to support the 2x4 support at the back, and if you can support also the valve body at the back, which we'll be doing later on. We're going to test fit everything now, And we're going to use the Pro crimp rings so we can attach everything once going to the tub spout. You can see that I'm using the crimper right there. And now we're going to go make sure we deburr every copper pipe that we cut. We're going to use this gauge so that we know how deep we can go with these Shark Bite Max. Now, you can weld the fittings on, but I chose to use the Shark Bite Max. I know there's a lot of people that probably saying don't use that, it's gonna leak. So far in my experience, I had no issues with the Shark Bite Max. Okay, friends, so I'm gonna be using that. But if you want to know how to weld copper piping, check out my other video right here and I'll show you how to do that. But in this case, I'm using Shark Bite Max. I'm using these 90-degree elbows to fit everything up, and we're just gonna go around everywhere so that we can route this piping around any obstacles or whatnot. So again, I'm using Shark Bite Max fittings, and we're gonna put the new plate and we're just gonna test everything, put the assembly, the handle, and it should be easy as that. Tighten up the set screw for the handle, and now it's time to go back and cut out the copper stub out, deburr everything, clean the pipe, and now we can just push that tub spout back in place. Now we're gonna go tighten the set screw, and at the end make sure you caulk around every single one of this so it doesn't leak at the back. Turn on the water back from the house and check everything if it's nice and correctly working. Check for leaks later on, and that should be it, friends.